remember.
First to finish.
Last to die.
Hello and welcome to The Price of Admission. Today we are here at the Ben-Hur red carpet. And let's see what we're asking here. I mean, her.
How long were you a slave?
5 years.
What is your name?
Ben-Hur.
You know, I think here we have this amazing, epic, big-scale action movie that tells the story of two brothers who love each other, but their life is suddenly ripped apart, and they're hell-bent on revenge. And through an encounter with Jesus, the brothers move into forgiveness and reconciliation. So it's all at once a big epic film, and yet it has a very intimate story.
I think it's a great opportunity, and in the world we live in today, to have a movie like this come out with a message, especially in the world of conflict, or racial conflict. And you're going to see that this movie speaks to that. And I think if there was ever a time in our history, coming out of Hollywood, that a message of faith and the hitting in the secular, I think this is the movie.
I heard they were doing this, and I read it, and I realized this wasn't a remake, thank goodness, because I held that movie so dear. And what Charlton Heston did, this was a completely reimagined version of Ben-Hur, almost going back to the book. Our Judah, the one we created, was very much the unsure prince. He was always in questions of his life, his faith, his station, and he's thrown into this story of revenge. But he's the unlikely hero, and that keeps developing because he never really finds his footing until the very end. And that very end is the moment where he finds redemption, and it's where he suddenly becomes sure, and he brings love back into his heart, which was the complete new idea in this. So we're witnessing a transformation from the beginning to the end, which is always fun for me because I always like creating a character. And this was one where you start one place and you end another place, and they're two very different people.
We really felt that seeing Jesus, seeing his face, hearing him speak, would allow the audience to connect more profoundly with his message. He's a real character in this film. He shows up and he has a real effect on the journey of the life of Ben-Hur. And we cast the amazing Brazilian superstar Rodrigo Santoro in the role. He brings such a strength and a tenderness and a stillness to the role. And we just think it's very impactful. And we're so pleased that all across America, across denominations, churches have mobilized, pastors have mobilized. It's a great opportunity to use the film to reach people with this beautiful message of Jesus.
Definitely.
Stand and fight! Stand up now!